Hello everyone, this is Chris from Recombu and I'm here with the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Chances are you've probably heard of the Note 7. It's got a fair bit of coverage recently on Recombu and pretty much every single tech site going. It's one of the more expensive phones of 2016. It's a mighty 5.7-inch phablet phone and quite frankly it looks like one of Samsung's best ever mobiles. So let's pop it open and take a look. So first of all, box, pretty nondescript. It kind of it's nice and subtle, nice and straightforward. Doesn't try to do anything flash. Just a plain black little item really, so pretty straightforward. Pop it open, and again, nothing particularly flash or anything, just a tiny little Samsung logo down there, and that's about it. So again, very unassuming, very straightforward. Don't expect anything like made of dinosaur bone, covered in jewels and glitz and glamour and all the rest of it. So let's just pop this little sticker off. Oh god, I really wish I had fingernails. There we go, right. But there you go. Once you open up the box, all of a sudden, there's the glitz and glamour. The phone itself, it is absolutely stunning. So this is the Note 7. We have got the silvery titanium version. As you can see, very nice and shiny and sleek. So let's just pop these little stickers off. And is there one on the front? No, it doesn't look like there's one on the front, just on the back there. And there it is, the Note 7. So 5.7 inches. I remember back in the day when the first Note phone launched, it was 5.3 inches, I believe it was, and it felt bloody massive. And now we've got a 5.7 inch version, the Note 7, and you know what? It doesn't actually feel that big at all, mostly thanks to this really nice edge-to-edge design. As you can see, just as with the likes of the S7 Edge, there are no little bezels at the side there. The display does actually curve around both edges, and yeah, makes it for a nice narrow fit, which actually means it feels all right in the hand. Let's just see if it's got any charge in it already. It does, beautiful, so we can power that up and go through the setup process and everything. Fingerprint sensor on the bottom as usual, so you can use that to unlock the phone. And also one of the big new features of the Note 7 is the iris scanner up at the top there, which means that you can actually unlock it with your eyeballs. Quite a unique little feature. Stuff like the Nokia, I just completely made that up. The Nokia Lumia 950 was actually the Microsoft Lumia 950, of course. Did also have the likes of Windows Hello, where you could open it with your eyeballs, but it wasn't anywhere near as good. It wasn't a proper iris scanner. It was just basic facial recognition. It didn't work in the dark, whereas this does. So we'll be fully testing that out, of course. The nice curvy design, of course, goes all around all of the edges. We've got the S Pen stylus at the bottom here, which we'll be doing plenty of features and coverage on. And that just pops in with a nice sort of springy mechanism now, so that's much nicer than the simple pull-out ones of yesteryear. You've got the little dinky speaker down there, USB Type-C for charging, and the earphone jack. And then around this side, you've got the volume buttons. Up top, it's just the SIM tray and also has a micro SD memory card slot in there, which is nice because that's something that the likes of the S6 missed out on. And then you've got the simple power button on the side there. And then if you flip onto the back, as you can see, of course, as I say, there's this shiny silver version that we've got. There's this ugly sticker kind of ruining the back there, so let's just prise that off. There we go. And it's got the usual Samsung glossy surfaces, just like the S6 and the S7. It'll probably show up scuffs and stuff pretty easily. Certainly the demo models did, and already this has got a few little sort of bits on it, bits of fluff and such forth. But you know, if you're going to spend that much money on a phone, you can probably afford a little cleaning cloth just to give it a buff up once in a while. And the camera sensor is actually pretty almost level with the surface there. It's almost uniform, just ever so slightly jutting, and it's of course the same 12 megapixel camera as you find on the Galaxy S7, as well as the same 5 megapixel snapper around the front. So yeah, so very nice indeed. We're going to have a quick flick through the rest of the box, because this is of course an unboxing video, and see what other delights await. So what else has Samsung packed in with the Note 7? So first of all, of course, you've got the little pin tool for actually getting the pin drawer open, which is always handy. It seems to be properly, yeah, there we go. If you just pull that out, there we go. It's just in this little cardboard jobby here, and it's the same one as usual. Very funky design. There we go. So that, yeah, make sure you don't lose that, otherwise you'll be using your wife's earrings and such forth to actually get the damn thing open. various boring bits of paperwork, and then, oh, let's have a look, see what else we've got in here. So we've got Samsung's adaptive fast charge and plug. UK version, of course. Nice little spring out third pin there. Very sexy. Adaptive fast charge I found not quite as quick as the likes of OnePlus's dash charge, but that was with the S7. This is a whole new game ballpark thing, smartphone, I guess. So we'll be giving that a go and seeing how that works. Micro USB cable, so that's good for charging. We've also got a little clip here by the looks of it. I have absolutely no idea what that is. Just a little clip thing with lots of, maybe that's for the S Pen, lots of little sort of tip things. I'll check that out. I'll try and work out what that actually is. We also have a very cool USB to Type-C USB converter there, which is always good. So if you've got if you want to do fast transfer to the phone and all the rest of it, that's always quite handy as a little converter. And we've also got, oh, now this is a step up from the usual bundled earphones in a box. This actually looks like they've gone to some effort here. So let's try and get this this stickery bit off. There we go. Because normally it's just a cheapy pair, just kind of thrown in there for the hell of it. But this has actually got a nice little case on it, which is very cool. If I actually try and work out how to pop this open, there we go. And as you can see, Samsung's lovely earphones with a couple of spare buds as well. Very nice. And they look and feel quite nicely designed. So they've got, as you can see, the sort of funky in-ear efforts. So so which side is that? That's the right side. So that should just slip in nicely like that. There we go. That feels really comfortable, actually. That's a nice fit. Just holds in there, nice and firm. And hopefully it should be pretty decent audio quality. Like the nice little steely bits there. So we'll give that a full testing out as well for our review. So there you go. So that's what you get in the box. Quite a lot of stuff, which is good because this phone does cost the earth. You might have to sell your second child in order to afford one. But you know what? It'll be worth it because it's looking pretty lovely so far. So I'll tidy all that crap up later. For now, let's just take a look at the phone itself. So it'll be the usual Android startup process and everything. We just have to enter Wi-Fi and all the rest of it. So, right, we just whipped through the Wi-Fi and Google account setup, and now we're on to the security setup. And I thought I'd show this because you might have already seen it if you've already seen our iris scanner review, but setting it up is actually incredibly quick and painless. So let's just go straight onto this. So I'll just have to set up a quick pin, which I will do off screen because it's a pin I use for a lot of stuff. So that's not ideal if everyone knows that damn thing. Right, here we go. So get ready to unlock your device with a quick glance. If you're using glasses, then it does screw it up, but I'm wearing contact lenses and it seems to be absolutely fine with that. It's certainly in our demo session. So just hit continue, hold the device close to your face, and then, yeah, just position your eyeballs in the circles, which I will do now. There we go. And it just takes about 3-4 seconds and then job done. And then hopefully every time now, it should basically just recognize you straight off the bat. You don't even need to have both eyes in the little window. Just like one eye for about half a second or so is usually enough. So that's awesome. So yeah, so just the rest of the Android setup, nice and quick and simple. No, I'm not going to bother with any of that. I will set this up as an individual device. No, I'm not going to sign in with a Samsung account either. Let's skip that. I do have a Samsung account, but I'll do all this crap later. No, thank you. Small is fine. It's nice that they do have the large icons thing if your eyesight is failing, or you just like, you know, the big old icons and everything. Secure folder, that's a new Samsung feature. So that's along with the iris scanner, you can now pack all of your stuff into a secure folder, which is then locked up with a different PIN password or security measure. So that's good, and it's all stored at a chip level as well. So you don't have to worry about anyone hacking into it. It's very secure indeed. So there we go, and that is the setup process finished. And we are now into the phone proper. So as you can see, 5.7-inch gorgeous Quad HD Super AMOLED screen. So as usual with Samsung screen, it is super vibrant. If you dodge into the display, you have lots of different options in there as well. There's a blue light filter, which is quite nice. That means it's kind of like similar to Apple's night shift mode, I guess. It means that things are a little bit warmer at night. You don't get quite such a cold display which makes it more comfortable and means less eye strain, which is nice. You can set up the edge screen, of course, to do all kinds of stuff. You've got your little feed section, which you can get by swiping across. And you can do the edge lighten, which lights up different colours depending on notifications and all the rest of it. Screen timeout, let's just boost that because I hate it when it goes off after 30 seconds. It's really annoying. And all the rest of it. So that's all good. Gorgeous screen as you'd expect from Samsung. Snapdragon 820 packed inside, backed up by 4 gigs RAM, I think it is. So it should be suitably nippy no matter what you're doing. So even now, even with all the setup and everything, usually things start going a little bit slow. And there's the edge screen there. You can fast access to all of your favourite contacts and apps and all the rest of it, which is quite handy. And there you go, of course, People Edge as well. So there's your fast access to your favourite contacts and all the rest of it. And of course, you've got a news stream thing, which I always get rid of because it's always crap news. Man dies after mauling by banned dog. Well, that's not nice, is it? That's not very happy news at all. So 64 gigs of storage as well. If we just whiz into the storage bit, wherever that may be. God knows where it is. Device maintenance, potentially. Yep, there we go, storage. So this is quite a handy little app. Basically, just helps you to clean up your phone, get rid of all the crap. It tells you how good your battery life is doing, gives you little tips on that and all the rest of it. And storage, as you can see, 64 gigs of storage. Starts with 52.3 gigabytes free. So that's not too bad. So that's a good bit of space. And of course, you've got that micro SD backup as well. If we just use a random pin thing to pull open the drawer. You see there's my SIM card in there already. And you've also got the micro SD slot as well. So you can shove in your own memory cards and you're all good. So just slam that back in there. Of course, you've got the glance screen as well. Another one of Samsung's features passed over from the S7. There's quite a lot of S7 features in here. So you do get like all the best of that phone plus the best of the Galaxy Note world as well, which is always good. So there you go. As you see, I've just got a random text message and oh, what a delightful little notification thing. How lovely. Oh, excuse me. And there you go, there's all your notifications and all the rest. Iris scanner, there we go, nice and fast, so that's good. The only problem with the iris scanner is that you have to swipe in order to activate it. It's a shame that you can't just hit the power button and it immediately brings up the iris scanner and recognises your face. You actually have to flick first and then it does the iris scanner. And it is suitably quick once it does that, but it's just one extra step. Whereas if you set up the fingerprint sensor, you can basically just bosh straight away when it's still hibernating and it loads up. So that is a bit of a shame, but hopefully that'll get fixed in a future update, fingers crossed. A mighty 3,500 milliamp battery packed inside as well, so you should get good battery life out of it. There's the secure folder I was talking about earlier. Samsung Notes is another new feature as well, which basically allows you to scribble away and chuck all your simple notes on there using the S Pen, of course. And you can even, I believe, do it on the lock screen. I think that was with Samsung Notes, if my memories from the demo session are not failing me. So very handy if you're constantly scribbling down little ideas and all the rest of it, as I usually am on the go, so that'll be handy. And of course, as you get all the usual Samsung stuff. So as you can see, the likes of S Health, Pinup, Samsung Gear, Galaxy Apps, etc., all goods. And of course the usual Google apps and everything as well. And very funky indeed. The notifications panel, of course, you've got loads of shortcuts there, which you can actually edit yourself as well. And full access to the likes of the brightness slider and stuff as well. So that in a nutshell is the Galaxy Note 7. We're going to be doing tons of comparisons, tips and tricks, features, and the rest. So if there's anything in particular you want us to test out, let us know. And in the meantime, thanks for watching and have a good one. Thank you.